Start streaming it up here. Welcome everyone. Let's get this all situated first. Get it connected. So today is November 26th, 2017. Walking Dead, episode 6, season 8, crossover discussion as well, guys. So everybody, Ethan Kang, Coral, very good. All right, we're connecting here. Hopefully you don't get interrupted at all. So what's going on, guys? My PT peeps and my Walking Dead family. What's going on? Did you have a good holiday? I did. Coral, hey guys. Just post your comments in the live chat as always. So yes, M King, I know I'm 2 minutes late. I've been working on a couple things. I'm actually working on the mystery boxes that we did, so that's why I was a little late. I got a scale that I was weighing the packages to see how much they're going to cost for shipping and everything. So what's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family? Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. I was at an actual restaurant, first time I ever did that, just because it was going to be myself and my wife, and we were in Clearwater on the beach at a nice resort, and it was a brunch, lunch, dinner, buffet kind of thing. Very awesome. So very cool, guys. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the spoilers towards the end of the hour that I do this. I'm going to talk about the crossover, I'm going to talk about the books, the mystery boxes, and anything you want to talk about. So post your comments in the live chat over here. We'll get to them. I want to thank you all for joining me this Sunday, November 26th. You guys are awesome for doing it. I always appreciate the comments, the connection, the discussions on there for it. So I've had some more and more people really ask me questions on Instagram at the PT channel, and that's very cool. That's an easy way to get a hold of me on Facebook, on the Walking Dead community page, and here as well. So I know everyone's excited about the crossover. I'm actually very excited about it too. So who do you think it is, guys? The fact that they're doing the crossover now is kind of weird, because it's like, why are you doing this now in November? They're just about to start shooting and filming for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. So, hey everyone. Sorry, I just want to say hello to everybody. I'm just not understanding why they're doing the crossover or the reveal of the crossover. I understand why they're doing the crossover. I should rephrase that, because they need Fear the Walking Dead to get ratings. They're trying to get ratings for that, and also it's probably going to come out because the spoilers are really everywhere. There's a lot of different spoiler groups out there. Some of them are more credible than others. So hey everyone, sorry I see a bunch of hellos. I'm not ignoring you, I'm just trying to talk for a point here, but hello. But because they're filming in Texas, out of, right outside of Austin, Texas, for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. So they actually moved their production. They're actually filming in Texas is what the word is, because they're moving to Houston on the show. But I believe they're filming right outside of Austin. I've been to Austin, Texas. Awesome city. If you ever have a chance to get there, I recommend it. And it's pretty cool. So I'm excited for Fear the Walking Dead. I was excited for it, yes. Mother Dick Tutor. So who do you think it is for the crossover? I think it's Abraham. I've always thought it was Abraham from the very beginning for various reasons. And people were like, that's not going to happen. That's stupid. You're stupid. This is that. But I think makes sense. And also for the fact that Fear the Walking Dead timeline is before the Walking Dead timeline. So Abraham is still alive for Fear the Walking Dead. So he has a good chance of being there, right? And they only said it's one character. I kind of wish it would be a little more. Maybe a group of characters like Abraham's army, which would be Eugene and Rosita, would be pretty cool as well. But how are they going to do that? Abraham to me makes no sense, because it's Texas, because it's Houston, and there's other things. I had a good conversation with some people online that when the crossover came out to be, I think it was Wednesday or Friday when it was leaked on Twitter that they were going to have the character be revealed this Sunday on The Talking Dead, which to me is really weird. Why didn't you do this a different time or when it gets closer or something, or just don't do it at all. Just have it happen on the show unless stuff's going to come out that it's leaked anyway. So they're trying to be ahead of the leaks. But so no Rosita. I don't want Rosita by herself, but I think she was actually, I liked Rosita when she was with Abraham and Eugene. I actually liked Rosita then. Now that she's on her own and rogue and craziness, I don't really like her too much. Well, we haven't seen her in season 8. We're going to see her this episode in episode 806. But I liked previous Rosita when she was with Abraham. Different character, different, setup on there too. The death of Abraham and Glenn really changed the outlook of a lot of people on there as well. But I see a lot of people saying like, oh, it could be Negan, it could be this, it could be Glenn, it could be Tobias, it could be Morales, it could be this. They're doing it for a reason to bring people over to the show. And hopefully for me, Fear the Walking Dead needs the help more than The Walking Dead. And also, if you saw the latest videos that I have, or 2 of the latest videos that I put up, The Walking Dead on Twitter by Skybound accidentally spilled the beans that it was going to be a Walking Dead character to Fear the Walking Dead. The tweet has gone away. They deleted it since then, so it has some credibility that it was legit that a Walking Dead character is going to Fear the Walking Dead. And I always thought it was that. I thought it made more sense, because why are they bringing a character from one show to the other? To improve the ratings, to improve the show, to improve everything there, right? So it makes more sense to have a Walking Dead character, which is a far superior show, ratings, television, merchandise, just acting, story, everything, than Fear the Walking Dead. It just has more going for it. If you can disagree or whatever, but The Walking Dead to me is a far better show than Fear the Walking Dead. Even though it's getting better, Fear the Walking Dead has got a lot of better story material, characters. It's just better all around. And hopefully Scott Gimple doesn't mess it up. That's the other thing that's very important. Scott Gimple is the showrunner since season 3 or season 4 of The Walking Dead. I know it was around one of those that he actually came on as The Walking Dead showrunner. Now he's the season 4 Fear the Walking Dead showrunner. And his favorite characters that I can see him talking about, that he loves Morgan. He loves writing the Morgan character. He writes a lot of the Morgan stuff. So why not bring Morgan to the fray of Fear the Walking Dead? He's connected a lot of areas. He's connected. He's saved Daryl and Aaron and Rick and this. So why not help out Fear the Walking Dead? It's a different character. He doesn't have his cheesemaker bow staff skills that he learned in The Walking Dead at this point. Because remember, the timelines will matter. Abraham is still alive. Morgan's still alive. These people are alive. Glenn's still alive on there as well. But the Texas connection makes the most things for me that it makes it for Fear the Walking Dead. So if you could, and I want this Fear the Walking Dead crossover to be more than 5 seconds or 5 minutes, or it's an exaggeration of course, but a very minor, minuscule timeline. Like Morales. That was annoying when they brought the character back just to kill him off. Boop, dead. Stupid. Not long enough, not a big storyline. They better not do the same thing with Abraham or Morgan or whoever they bring back, or bring to that, connection there too. So it would also be very interesting to have the Morgan character be the connection, because he says, I see dead people. I see faces of dead people. Well, who was kind of doing that at the start of it was Nick. Even though it was blood and guts on his face, it wasn't, walker skins or walker masks. So I think that was pretty interesting. So I'll come back to that in a second, but I see a lot of questions here. So fire away with your questions right now, guys, with the live chat. I'm going to answer them here, because I'm not trying to, not answer your questions. I just try to have some topics, and I want to answer some of them and come back to that as well. So Ashley, do you think Daryl is going to leave Alexandria and go live at the kingdom with Carol once the war is over? That's a good question, because it depends on how the war ends. Is it going to be like the comic book? Is it going to be different than that? What's going to happen with Rick and Negan? And what's going to happen with Daryl and Rick? Well, I hope Carol ends up taking over a lot of control at the kingdom. So, because Ezekiel's a broken man, he's not doing very well after what just happened. I mean, you can understand that he got wounded, he lost his tiger, he lost his people, he lost this. So who's going to run the kingdom? Somebody. Carol's there. Carol is a leader. She was part of a lot of things, and she is a big part of the show. So I don't know. I would just like to see, because Daryl's going to be around for a long time. I know he gets a lot of crap and whatever, but I just think it was kind of crappy for it. So if you get just joined right now, I see Aries, you just asked a question. I just talked about the crossover connection with the shows, that it's going to be shown tonight, the reveal of the character. So I would think that it's Abraham or possibly Morgan, or, you know, it's going to be one character is what the word is. So it's going to be one character that rules out Abraham's army. It would just be Abraham or Morgan or something there too. So it's just my ideas of it. So I'm just interested to know your thoughts on there as well. So, and that's a great question, Bryce. That's what I asked about, how big of a role would the crossover character play, whether it's Abraham or not. It would be up to the writers, and I just hope it's more than, it better be at least 2 episodes. I'd be happy with that. 2 episodes or more, you know, 2 full episodes, you know, not episodes just about that character, but helping Alicia or Madison or Strand or whatever, because you know those people are going to live. If you watch the end of Fear the Walking Dead, it was a kind of a cliffhanger, but, you know, Madison was the only one that you know was alive, but they're not going to kill off certain characters. I just highly doubt it by that. So, Nick, great question. Do you think we will see the Whispers this season? I've always said no, except if it's at the very, very end of season 8, and there's no word on the Whispers just yet. I would assume it's season 9. They shouldn't really rush that. I want it to be done right. I don't want any rush of the Whispers coming to the show. I think it's at earliest season 9, because season 8 of The Walking Dead is a wrap. It's done. They finished filming on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, this past Wednesday, the 22nd. And it's gone. Done, unless they got to do reshoots or whatever, but I don't think so. So I think that Fear the Walking Dead is going to be on the main connection with them for that, for somewhat. They're trying to build up the hype for next season 4. That's why they're doing this. It's all about the hype, bringing notoriety to it on that connection. So the Walking Dead character going to Fear the Walking Dead. Season 8 of The Walking Dead, the rest of it looks great on there too. I'm excited for just The Walking Dead, the rest of season 8, and then the word is with the mid-season finale, and we got a little cliffhanger possibly for that, and then we got to wait 2 months, and it looks to be back, you know, the middle of February for it. So I'm excited for the future of The Walking Dead. I watched The Walking Dead for a very long time, and I've started Fear the Walking Dead from the very beginning, and I just hope Fear the Walking Dead gets better, and hope they have a plan for this. It's not some marketing ploy of, you know, Fear the Walking Dead crossover characters from The Walking Dead over there. So I know I get a lot of questions about the helicopter, and we just don't know who it is. And people are like, it's the New World Order, it's this, it's going to be down the road and stuff. And, you know, I talked about Judith and the Scavengers and the you know, let's take a flyer quote by Simon, and then the helipad at the Scavengers. You know, we put that all in a nice video a week ago when it first came out, and now people are talking about it like that. But I just want to know if they're going to answer it this season or if it's going to be down the way. So we'll see what happens with the helicopter. Who has a helicopter? The most people likely would have a helicopter would be the Saviors. They got a 50 cal machine gun. Where'd they get that? Military, right? Where'd they get the helicopter? Military, right? Where'd they get a Humvee? Military, right? So they could have easily stole stuff or got some from a military group, or they went out and took it, because the Saviors they get stuff. They go out, they get half your stuff. Maybe they found a whole military camp and they found it and they took it all. Hey, they had big machine guns, they got RPGs, they got big weapons, and why not having a big military truck? Why not have a helicopter? Makes sense, right? They're like, oh, they don't have this. That's stupid. Well, we'll see, and hopefully they answer it. The writers put the helicopter there for a reason. Sometimes they do it so we can discuss it and talk about it. So pretty cool. So will Carl walk into a cleared out optometrist office and get a glass eye? Great question there, Big Sexy. Great name, by the way, too. So glass eye, I don't know. That's a tough one there. In the zombie apocalypse, I think the optometry offices are closed. So I doubt it. They have it there as well. So I don't know with that one. Ashley, good question. Where do you think Morgan is? In season 8, Morgan is rogue. He is out and about. We will see him again. I don't think we see him in Alexandria for a while, because you don't really want to be at Alexandria in the next coming episodes. You just don't, because big stuff and bad stuff is going to happen about that. So we got a lot of stuff coming for that. So keep asking your questions, guys. Just to quote what's going on with us. Had a good Thanksgiving. How about you guys? I had a good time. Didn't really do Black Friday shopping in the stores. We went to like Target or whatever on Friday. Got a couple things, but nothing big. bought some stuff online more than anything, and I've been getting more and more stuff for the mystery boxes. So for those who don't know, there's a link in the description for the mystery boxes, and I want to make sure that people are interested in them. We have a Facebook page for that. They are going to be $37.50 for a box, which includes shipping. So it's total on that. So if you're excited for it like I am, I will post, when they're available, which most likely is what I'm aiming for is December 1st to start sending out the first boxes. So we'll be doing that through payment through PayPal, and we'll be getting this stuff out, and it'll be shipping very soon, and you'll be getting, probably 6-7 items, but anywhere from 5 to 7 items, depend on the items. So I'm excited for everything to come for that. So the Walking Dead mystery boxes, my book series is eligible now. We got all 4 books. This is the latest book right here, Conquered. I'm excited for it. It's definitely one of my top, I have 4 books now, the Zombie Apocalypse, the top 4 books for it. So I'm excited for the big things on just the horizon for us, guys. Instagram, we're having more and more stuff. We'll be doing giveaways in the future of that too. So great question, Amy. What kind of items in the box? Well, you're going to have Walking Dead or zombie related stuff in there. So some of them have Funko Pops, some have mystery Funkos, some of them have the minis, some of them have this. They have, some maybe Nick and Norman stuff. Some of them have Sonoya stuff, Woodbury Shop stuff. It's all Walking Dead or zombie related stuff. I made the box. I made a box yesterday just to see, because I got the boxes, the mailers, to fit stuff in there, and I got some cool stuff in there. I had 7 items in the box, and they're pretty cool stuff in there too. Walking Dead related. Some of them stuff glow in the dark. Some of the stuff's here. Some of it's Walking Dead related, Nick and Norman stuff, Sonoya stuff, Funko Pop related stuff. So I have. I don't want to give too much away because they're mystery boxes, but I would want these mystery boxes if I bought them. So I bought mystery boxes at conventions, and it's just pretty annoying. So where do I get the book? My books are on Amazon.com. I got a link in the description as well here too. So I have a link in this video description for the mystery boxes, to the Facebook page and the mystery boxes, and the first book of the book series. This book right here, Fight for Us, the beginning, on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Kindle versions. So just go to Amazon.com and put in Fight, the number 4, and Us in it. So that'll be how you get it. And they got 4 books right now. You can buy them in a bundled pack, I think, all together. And if you have Prime, you get free shipping and all that stuff. So I was thinking about that, Gerald, if I should put some of the books in the boxes. But the boxes I have now, it would just be cramped in them. So down the road, if these boxes take off like I want them to, and the more stuff I put in them and the good stuff and the deals I have for that, because, I'm going to buy the boxes and ship them in the continental US as of right now. I can't ship them outside of that, but the mystery boxes are going to be very cool. Got it for big stuff coming up with the Walking Dead related stuff, books, boxes, merchandise, a lot of that as well. Just the shipping is tough because that's a lot of the cost, and I don't want too many things. I initially wanted the boxes to be around $40, but then I was like, that's a little too high, and so I got it down to $37.50 per box. So if you buy 2, I can keep them in separate boxes, or I can put it all together, combine the shipping to make it there as well, so we can work it out as well. But $37.50 for a box with 6 to 7, I say anywhere 5 to 7, but it's most likely probably be 6 to 7 items, Walking Dead, zombie related, awesome stuff. Facebook page, the Walking Dead mystery boxes, link is in the description. So we'll have that in every video as well, the books, the links to them. So what do you guys got for questions for it? So good question here. Do you think Simon was the original leader of the sanctuary? What if he killed the Oceanside kids, elders without Negan's order? So a lot of good stuff has been coming out because we made a Simon video. If you have read Here's Negan, and if you watched the latest episode of that. So I guess we'll say spoilers, spoiler warning, because I don't want to ruin anything for you. If you haven't seen the stuff on there, everyone's asking questions. What got me into zombies was really the Walking Dead genre, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead stuff. Greg Nicotero, of course, George Romero, and the good stuff with that. So The good question about Simon. So I think Simon might have been part of the group. I don't think Simon was the original leader of the sanctuary. I think he was a member of the sanctuary. I think he's always been a right-hand man, number 2 in charge, a vice president, someone second in charge or third in charge, not the main guy, because that's tough. The assistant coach, not the head coach. But if you watched Here's Negan, the comic, you know what happened with Negan, the origin of Lucille, the wife Lucille, the bat Lucille, and on there as well. I think Simon was a part of that. And that is a good question about Oceanside, because I don't know if Negan would have killed all their men. Simon, maybe. Someone else, maybe. We don't know. You know, what about the guy that went out and found Dwight? Wade, I believe his name was. We don't know where he is. He's gone since season 6. We didn't even see his face. We didn't even know anything like that. So there's like Wade is Simon, Simon is Wade. We don't know. But it could have been Wade. It could have been Simon. But I just don't think Negan would have killed all their men unless they were fighting and it got a gunfight or whatever. But I like Simon. I like Stephen Ogg. I think it's pretty awesome right as well. So I don't know. I think it's between Wade or Simon who killed Oceanside's people for it. But what else you guys got? So will Rick leave Negan alive? That's the $1 million question. Do they stick to the comic? Do they stick to the show? Do they mix it up? Do they mix things up with Daryl? Like you can see Daryl's on the warpath, right? Which he should have been. And Rick is not. Rick and Jesus are the morality of the season so far. You got Morgan, who's done, you know, a 180, and now he's killing everybody. Before all life was precious, now he's clearing and cray morgy and killing everybody. Jesus went no problem killing the people at the outpost. Now he's like, we got to save these people, all of them on there. So that's crazy. But Rick and Daryl's perspectives, don't know if that's going to hurt their friendship down the road. And what they do with Negan will definitely be a big thing for that too. Because I would assume Rick wants to keep Negan alive and Daryl wants to kill him. And what if Rick wants to Rick wants to save Negan, puts him in the jail cell, keeps him alive, does whatever, keeps all these people alive that he can, besides the gunfire and the people died in the war. But if people surrender, the war's over, say Negan's alive. Rick says, you know what? I'm going to kill you for the 5th time, and doesn't actually do it. Puts him in the jail cell. Daryl goes on of his way and tries to kill Negan, or even kills Negan. Goes around Rick's order. What's that going to do with Rick and Daryl's perspective? You just disobeyed Rick. That's not going to go well with the leader. That usually doesn't go very well with that. So what do you guys think of that? What would that possibly happen? So it depends what the writers want to do. Negan is actually a big character after the war. He's a big character in the war, but there's a lot of storylines coming after that too. So if you read the comics, you know what I'm talking about, and I do, and I definitely like it. So I don't know, I'm torn what they should do with Negan on the show down the road at the end of the war, because you know he's going to survive to the very end of the season, and what's the deciding factor of what they do. So if you're just joining me, guys, I talked about the crossover character possibility. We're thinking about it being Abraham, possibly Morgan, maybe some people are saying Rosita, some people are saying Eugene. To me, I would love for it to be Abraham. I think it would be the best thing for it to be Abraham. And bring him back for more than one episode, guys. If whatever this crossover stunt is going to look really stupid if it's only done for 5 seconds of season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead, because the word is that it's a Walking Dead character going to Fear the Walking Dead, which makes the most sense. It doesn't make sense to bring Nick or Madison or Alicia or whoever to The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead doesn't need any help. Fear the Walking Dead needs the help, at least in my eyes on there. So good questions here we got, guys. What about Michonne for the X-Over? We know very little about that for the crossover. So Michonne would be pretty awesome, but I don't know. I don't know where she came from and what happened with that too. If it was on her way to Georgia, that would be pretty awesome. I would love that. I would love more Michonne, the better. I would love for a Michonne miniseries. I would love for a Negan miniseries. I would love spinoffs. I don't want no Fear the Walking Dead crossover crap. I want their own show I would love for Hilltop to have their own one, the Saviors or Negan or whatever. I would love to see that, or the Kingdom even too. And I would love to see those be a show for it. Question: will Carl die in episode 6 of episode 8 or season 8? No, Carl does not die this episode in 806. I'll talk about spoilers in a couple minutes. We'll talk about the episode 806 and what's to come and what the latest stuff is. In one of my latest videos, we have the titles for episodes 807 and 808, when it returns in episode 809, and then finale news about Carl and things for finale stuff, because there's a lot of rumors going around. Will he die? Won't he die? What's unconfirmed? What's confirmed on there too? So, Cool Boys 678 and a bunch of numbers. No, Carl will not die in episode 806. Do not worry about that. So, you guys are asking some really good questions now. So, let's see what you got. I agree, Michonne's story. I think that would be pretty awesome. I like Michonne. Michonne's my favorite character, so if Michonne could be on the show as much as she could, that would be great. And we will see here in episode 806. She will be back this episode with Rosita and a couple of things, Carl as well. But Michonne Denai Guerrera was filming Black Panther and then Avengers Infinity War. That was filmed in Georgia as well, or at least part of it was. So Denai Guerrera couldn't film early on, and Negan couldn't film early on because he was filming Rampage with The Rock. So hopefully we get some more face-to-face of Negan and Rick, because it's kind of a lopsided war right now. They've had the Kingdom suffered the only loss for Rick's side. It's a big loss for sure with Shiva and the Kingdom people, Daniel Newman and Alvaro and stuff. It just sucks. But Rick is making out pretty good right now. They're pretty trapped in the sanctuary, the Saviors are, so we'll see how they get out. How do you think they get out? How do you think the Saviors get out of, the sanctuary? Maybe it has something to do with Jadis. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the helicopter. But we'll see how it goes down. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going around online. There's some spoilers about the trash people, the garbage pail kids, the scavengers, the heapsters, whatever you're calling these people, Jadis and the heapsters, what happens to them. So I'm excited to see how it goes down for what goes down this season of season 8 of The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead. I'm going to watch Talking Dead. I always watch it. So I'm excited to see what happens for the crossover and why they're doing it. And it better make sense. It better not be a publicity stunt just to get some more notoriety to Fear the Walking Dead. Because, let's talk about the ratings a little bit, right? So people are making a big deal about the ratings of The Walking Dead. It's still the king. And are people watching it less? Yes, the people don't watch it as much as it was. It's been on for 8 seasons. It's not going to have the best popularity all the way through. The peak of The Walking Dead was season 4, 5, and 6. 7 killed it down. 8's doing well, but it's coming down. Maybe 9 brings people back. Maybe it doesn't. You have to do something to have people back. People loved Glenn. That's never going to be resolved. Abraham, it's never going to be resolved. Are those people still watching? I don't know. So Mike Allen, great question. What's your preferred weapon in The Walking Dead? My preferred weapon of the zombie apocalypse in general is in my book as the main character. His main weapon of that is my favorite weapon. So if you check out the books, Fight for Us, you'll know my favorite weapon, because the main character of Orion is myself in that world, loosely based on myself for that. What he uses as his weapon is my weapon of choice that I actually have one in the house. So I'm pretty excited to bring that storyline forward, guys. So The Walking Dead, that's coming next year too. But the 4 books, Fight for Us, are available now, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and Kindle versions on there. So Eric Vince, hi, how are you? How is everybody doing today on this lovely day of November 26th, the last Sunday of November? Then we are into December, and the holidays will be upon us. Hopefully people will be having some good times for the holidays, and you had a good time for Thanksgiving if you celebrate it in the States. So thank you, Noodlehead. You are awesome as well. And you all are awesome for joining me today, posting questions, comments, discussions on there too. And you really are on there. So as you guys know, if you know all my videos, so Vincent B, I'll do it in about 2 minutes. I'll talk about the spoilers here. So I will get to that. Don't worry. I'm not going to let you down. Talk about the spoilers. I talked about the crossover stuff. So I'm actually more excited about the crossover, who it's going to be, than the episode tonight of The Walking Dead. I don't know if that's sad or what, because it's going to set up a big tone for things going forward, because the episode 806 is going to be pretty good, but the spoilers are going to be kind of frustrating. If you know the spoiler video, it's like, Rick, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to it? So, thank you, Shining Star. I am dedicated to this channel. You guys, The Walking Dead. That's why my goal is to get that silver play button of 100,000 subscribers. It's not a big deal to a lot of people. People have that. People have millions of subscribers. So to me, it will be a big deal if we ever hit 100,000 subscribers. So if you guys can help me with that, I would truly appreciate it, because it just shows to me that I've worked hard and I accomplished a goal. You know, I'm a physical therapist, and we have to have goals for patients. We have short-term goals and long-term goals, and you should have goals in your life too, whatever you're doing, whether you're a teenager, an adult, if whatever it is, you know. So the goals in life are very important, to set certain things, whether it be travel the world or buy a car or buy a house or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So I want you guys to set those things up, and my goal is 100,000 subscribers, and I can't do it without help from you guys, and I appreciate everything about it. So let's see a couple more questions here about it. What about Oceanside? Will they come back? Pygo, however how you say name. Oceanside will be back. They will definitely be back. I think the first time we see them will be in the second half of season 8, but they will be back. Do not worry about that. So I'm excited for Oceanside to come back. And so I'm going to go for about 29 more half hour more for talking. So let's talk about spoilers, guys. So if you don't want to know any more spoilers for episode 806 and kind of the rest of the season a little bit, stop watching now. I want to give you some time to get out, because some people don't want spoilers, but some people do. So the spoilers for episode 806 are coming right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So Judith, great question. Perfect timing, Mulak. How much of Judith do we see? Too much. Yes, too much of Judith. We're going to see her butt in what the word is saying. So we're going to see her painting with nothing but an apron on. That's what the spoilers are saying from some reliable sources. So again, it's not 100% confirmed, but it's highly likely to occur is what the spoilers are, and it's a variety of different spoiler sites are saying that. So Rick's going to go to the Scavengers for one reason, to get their help. He goes there alone like an idiot. Don't know if he couldn't get back in town. So I don't like the idea of him going back to the Scavengers. You know, I'm a person of trust is earned, and you keep my trust by doing with these things right there too. So I'm like, what are you doing that for? So either way, the Scavengers are coming back in the picture in episode 806. Rick, great question, Noodlehead. Why is Rick naked though? Because Jadis takes his clothes and puts him in the storage container and puts an A outside of it. So we'll see another A connection. Is it for, you know, A is the thing that's been on Terminus, Alexandria. You know, it's been a running theme. Daryl's sweatshirt, it's been on there, a lot of it there too. So I'm going to see the A again at the very end of the episode. So Jadis and Rick have it out. He shows Jadis the Polaroids. So the point of the Polaroids is to say, look, Negan is trapped. The outposts are being taken over. Come join us or we're going to take you down. So he's recruiting them because Michonne, great question there, Michonne. But he's going to go there for the fact that the kingdom had severe losses. Rick does not know the severity of it, but the whole plan was for them to go back to the Scavengers. If you see, when you watch are you going to watch the marathon of the first 5 episodes today? It always is there too. So I think that you'll see that Rick, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Rick is going to go back to the Scavengers to recruit them, to join them to fight against Negan and them still, for some reason. He said, join us or we'll destroy you. What are you going to destroy, Rick? You're by yourself. You're surrounded by a bunch of Scavengers. If in real life, if someone came to me and I had my people around there, just say I was the leader of the Scavengers, and Rick comes to me and says, look, join us or we'll destroy you. Like, okay, Rick, you're going to destroy me? You by yourself here? Unless he brought other people around him on there, I'd tie you up, put you away, or I'd execute you then and there if that was Jadis. You know, what are you doing? In this world, you don't threaten that stuff around, but you're Rick, the main character, so the writing is that it doesn't make sense. Recruiting the scavengers, the trust is broken. You can't go back and do it. I wish Rick went to Oceanside and recruited them back, because you're like, oh, they have no guns. Well, Rick and them took all the outposts. They have guns, they have weapons, they have stuff there too. So if you got all the weapons from the satellite station, you can arm Oceanside again, which you trust Oceanside more than you trust the scavengers. So by our record, Jadis said no, gave them guns, they said yes, brought them to Alexandria, they beat up Michonne, tried to kill Michonne, they shot Rick in the side, they double-crossed them, and they broke the trust of that. How are you going to earn that back, right? But the writing is what it is. Scavengers are back in the picture. We got to deal with that. Daryl recruits Tara to go after Negan. Rosita and Michonne team up. They want to go to the sanctuary. Excuse me. They go to the sanctuary to see the walkers and the state of it. They never make it to the sanctuary. Rosita and Michonne go to an outpost, a weapons cache, and they take out 2 saviors or 1 savior group or a group of saviors or some people, and they take that over, I'm guessing. They find some explosives. Tara and Daryl kill a savior, and they work together, and they start planning what they should do, if they should attack the sanctuary or not with the explosives and whatever, because Rick stopped Daryl with the explosives. Those explosives are gone. The Humvee exploded, so they find more explosives, and they want to do something with them. With that, we see Carol and Jerry at the kingdom, and Ezekiel is not coming out of the theater. He's a broken man. He locked himself in the theater, and he doesn't want to leave. He's supposed to meet up with Rick, I guess, at the scavengers, but never does. And Rick goes into the scavengers and talks to them. And Carl meets Sadiq. Carl brings Sadiq food. Sadiq stabs the walker with the paper bag, the walker that's on the pikes and the poles and the spears, basically, and he's reaching for the paper bag, and Sadiq comes and stabs the walker in the head. Carl, I believe, is attacked by some walkers, but makes it out alive, and Carl brings Sadiq back to Alexandria. Carl lives. Sadiq is recruited back, and we'll see what the connection on the show is with Sadiq going forward. And I don't know. We'll see what's up with Sadiq for the future of the show, because if you know the comics, you know why Sadiq and Rosita are kind of connected with. The most recent's on there as well. So on there, guys. So if you're just joining me, hello. Thank you for everything. We're talking about some spoilers. We're talking about a couple things on there. Keep posting questions on there. So Ruben, Mike, hello. Walking Dead Breakdown, Noodlehead, Sean, Ashley, Old Man Rick. I hope you've had a good day. Thank you guys for joining me on here as well. I'm going to go for about another 20 minutes or so, so post your questions on there as well. If you got a super chat, I'll mention that as well. So Walking Dead is big stuff for the viewers. I don't know why the viewers are down, so I ignored your Walking Dead Breakdown. What you got? What question you got? Post it right now. I'll answer it right now. So, Rick, you mean should have. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But either way, do you think Heath will return to introduce the Whisperers or be one of them? I think Heath comes back alive. I think he introduces them. I also have the theory of Eric and Aaron reconnecting with the Whisperers as well to it, guys, there. So, Ruben, thank you for the super chat. Very cool what you got. Any questions, post them in there too. Ruben, my man from Brooklyn. Very cool. So birthday shout out for Hagen, Hagen, happy birthday. Very cool. With that, so does Carl die? No, Carl does not die in this episode, but the word is that possibly in the mid-season finale, mid-season premiere. But if you saw my latest episode video, we talk about a latest Carl double sighting. I don't know if it was Carl himself, because Chandler Riggs is supposed to be in Los Angeles, not Georgia, where they filmed at Alexandria the past, last week and into this week. So if it was his double or not. but Carl should live. Maybe Chandler Riggs does not. That's the whole other thing. Does it happen with get recasted? I hate it when shows do that. Even on Game of Thrones, when the lesser characters got recasted, and you're like, that's weird. But I hate it. Carl is a big part of the show, whether you like him or not. I don't know if he would be recasted or not. I'd rather him be recasted than to die, the character, that's for sure. So I'd rather have Carl be recast and around. I'll deal with the recasting, but I want him to be around for sure. Mike Gamer, will Negan die? We just don't know. We don't know what the writers are going to do yet, if Negan will die or live, but he makes it to the very end of the season 8, the confirmed filming. He was one of the people confirmed filming for, as of Wednesday, 4 days ago. So the season 8 filming is done. It's a wrap. All done. They had the wrap party. Wrap. No, they're done. The filming of season 8 is done in Georgia. People, I think Norman Reedus is in Costa Rica with his girlfriend there too. So, yep. Let's see what we got here. What's up, Walking Dead TWD Breakdown? What you got? You're saying I'm still ignoring you. Post a question. Post something. What do you got? I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring any of you guys on there too. So, what? Let's see what we got. What is the point of Judith? Top Dog Alex. Great question. I guess to show that the world, they're trying to rebuild the world and keep people around, and the future is people still. The people are a resource. The people is getting, I don't know, Judith is connected because Judith will always be a focal point of Lori, Shane being that. Like, there's no way Rick could not look at Judith and not think of Lori and Shane. And also the fact is, Judith is, great point, Sean, Judith is hope, the future. Doing this for the right reasons, to keep people alive, to keep people going and growing, the human race from being extinct. This is not an extinction event. We have to fight against that and come back. So Judith is a good question. All right, guys. So Tara, yeah. What do you guys think of Tara, Alana Masterson? I think she's come a long way. She was supposed to get killed in the show for like 2 episodes or 3 episodes, but I like Tara. She's come a decent way. I think Tara lives for a long time. She's a person just for the show. Tara, Simon, Jerry, Daryl, Merle, people are big T-Dog. They live a decent a while on the show. So we'll see. What a lot of Tara hate there, Mike Gamer. You don't really like her, but it's all right. But people aren't gonna like every character on the show, and that's why it's a great show. Like, how can you like Gregory? But he's essential to the show. You have Jared even too. Like, I don't like Jared, even though I take that back. Jared should have left a long time ago. That's a terrible thing. Jared should have been killed the moment by the Kingdom people. When he shot Benjamin or did this and that and they were fighting, should have been taken out. And I wish Jesus let Morgan take him out, or Morgan just did his own decision and took out Jared. Jared needs to go away. But Gregory and stuff, very important to the show, even though Xander Berkeley plays Gregory like terrible on there too. So from Brooklyn House, very good. So does Rosita get pregnant? Well, Christian Serrato's just got pregnant in real life. Will Rosita get pregnant? We don't know, and that's the big connection on there too. So on there, Andy G talking about the tracking of the Spoiling Dead fans. Yeah, I don't know how accurate that is either. So we'll see what goes down with the Heapsters on there. So Mike Gamer, you say you don't like Simon, you don't like Tara. Who do you like? You're not going to like every character, that's for sure, but you got to give me some good things on there too. So we need some things connecting there too. Good point, Ashley. I believe Tara's plot is stale. It is. She used to be funny. She's also the character who wants to do a lot, but she's not capable. Like, she wants to kill the saviors, but didn't kill any of the saviors. She didn't shoot the guy when Jesus told her not to. She just complained about it. She didn't do anything. So it's very just talking a big game and not getting anything done. We don't need more people like that. We need people of action, even if it's Daryl Dixon going over the top with it. So it's just Tara needs the little new writing on there as well, with her girlfriend getting killed and this happened and that happened. We could use a little, refreshing of certain characters and plot points of that too. So I like that as well. I would have taken out Jared. I would have taken out a couple things too. It's like, okay, like Morgan had a gun. Like, what was Jesus going to do if Morgan shot Jared? Probably nothing. He's not going to shoot Morgan. That would have been really stupid if you replaced the lives of it. But Morgan would have proved the point that he's cray Morgan. You don't mess with him. But now he's going rogue. He's on his own. Hopefully we'll see him at some point, and eventually he's going to team back up with Rick and the people. But he's on his own, so I don't know when we're going to see him again. And you don't want to be in Alexandria anytime soon. That's for sure. But episode 806 looks like it looks interesting, but it also looks that it could be very frustrating too, because why would Rick go back to the Scavengers? If I'm Rick, I'm not going back to the Scavengers for any reason with it. So, Andy G, Bri, do you think Alpha would be Madison, Jadis, or someone we haven't met? I'm hoping that it's someone we haven't met. I would love for it to be Maria Bello, but I want the Alpha and Beta characters to be different. I want it to be totally different. I don't want it to be any person we saw. I don't like the Jadis, Madison, Alicia theories. I don't like that at all. I like Alpha and Beta and the Whisperers being a fresh start. Maybe Nick could be a part of that, but I don't want them to be any part, because you're going to overflow a character or overshadow a character of that. I don't want that. Wow, it goes down. So I want to see that. So New World Order stuff. Anyone up on the comics? We got I think not next week, the week after that, the comic will be out for the Walking Dead comic issue with Negan, A Solitary Life. Let's see what you got on there. So great. I would love to see the Hound for Beta. That actor is huge. He's like 6'6" or whatever, and Beta's got to be big. He's got to be 6'6", 6'7". He's got to be tall. He's a big dude. And we found out who the person in the comic was. They were kind of a letdown for it. I just think it was there too. So I don't know, Mike Gamer, whose helicopter was that. We don't know yet. But my money is it would be the Saviors. I don't think it connects to the New World Order or anything like that, because the New World Order, we haven't even seen that on the comic, let alone why would it be on the show? I would think it makes more sense if that it's the Saviors, because they had big weaponry. They had big things. They had big, military trucks. They had Humvees. They had 50 cal machine guns. They had RPGs. They had big weapons. Why they could have a helicopter? The Saviors could have overthrown and overtaken the military camp. The governor did it. Why can't the Saviors do it? So again, I think the Saviors would have the helicopter. We'll see how it goes, but I'm excited. They better answer that too as well. So what else we got, guys? So questions. I'll go for about 10 more minutes. You guys are doing, hopefully had a good holiday. What are you guys doing for the stuff coming up on there? So I'm excited for the holidays, not trying to stress out too much. I'll be traveling a little bit, so I won't be able to do a live stream on the mid-season finale that Sunday, because I'll be traveling back to my house. So that day I won't be here. So I'll have to do one. I'll be able to do one for next week, but not the following week for that. I'm ready for holidays again to relax. We're watching some movies on there too. We finished up Stranger Things season 2. What do you guys think of that? We watched The Punisher. I watched 2 episodes of The Punisher. It's a little slow for me, the first 2 episodes, even though I like Frank Castle and John Bernthal on there too. Hopefully it gets better and better and better, because I think it's like 13 episodes. It's a full season of The Punisher on Netflix. So I want to see how it gets better on there too. So Black Friday shopping, I got a couple things online. We went to the stores, but nothing really big. So what else you got for questions? I'm excited for the crossover tonight. Fear the Walking Dead is getting the character from The Walking Dead. I want it to be Abraham. Hopefully they show you that it's Abraham, or Michael Cutlass is there, or they go to him live stream or live cut or Skype or whatever they do for that. It supposedly starts at 10 o'clock on Fear the Talking Dead, but it's going to take forever for the Talking Dead to actually talk about it and discuss it. So we'll see how it actually is. And I'm actually more excited for it to be Abraham and we find out than the actual episode of the Walking Dead. That might be sad or whatever. I just feel what it is. So yeah, Walking Dead breakdown. You're not really liking the Alexandrians, huh? You don't like Tobin? You don't like Andy or whatever the guy is, or certain characters like that? Yeah, Spencer was bad. Olivia was fine. You know, Sam was a little annoying. Ron was kind of annoying. Aiden was terrible. But, you know, not every Alexandrian's terrible in there. But I want to know the Abraham origin story myself, too. I want to know that. And I want it to be longer than, you know, a very minor connection of the crossover between The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. It better be, you know, at least 2 episodes in my eyes. So do you think Rosita will have an attitude with Michonne? I feel like Michonne is the one person who wouldn't take her crap. I think Rosita's still going to be, you know, annoying with it. If you saw the sneak peek, you see Michonne's getting in the car to go to the sanctuary, and Rosita joins her. So I think they have a common interest with it. But it would be interesting to see how Michonne and Rosita, you know, tone it down a little bit, because Rosita needs to calm down. Rosita was pretty annoying in season 7, and we haven't seen her in season 8, so it's been great. But Rosita was just a little over the top, and her actions were getting other people hurt and killed, and it really wasn't a good thing. So, and there's no way that her actions can really hurt Michonne, because Michonne is awesome. She's a huge character in there too. So I think Michonne would be the one to say, look, Rosita, calm it down. You know, we got to do this the smart way. Or maybe Rosita is the one that comes around with Michonne for, maybe Michonne's really trying to get out there and get a little impulsive for it. And Rosita is the one that talks her down a little bit, because this is the year of callbacks. This is the year of change. People are turning it around. Morgan was all life is precious, but now he's, you know, killing everybody. And, you know, Jesus was like, we got to fight, we got to do this. And now he's the moral compass. And Rick was the same way. We got to take him out. We got to do this. No, let's keep him alive. So I'm excited to see what happens this episode, but I think it's going to be a little frustrating. Like, what are you doing, Rick? Why are you here with Jadis? This is so stupid. We'll see how, and the Jadis Heapsters, I believe, will make it to the second half of season 8, but I think they get taken out in season 8 is what the word is. So we won't have to deal with them anymore after season 8, because I'm ready for the Scavengers and the Heapsters, or whatever you're calling these people, to leave. I'm tired of just the way they talk and whatever, and we're going to see a little too much of them in this episode. So we'll see how it goes down, if it's a little too much exposure for that too. So you can't say the F word on the show, but you can show some naked butts, huh? I guess we'll see what the latest thing on cable is for it. So we'll see what happens with the connection there as well. So there you go, guys. I'm going to end on that note for it. You guys are awesome as always. Thank you for joining me for this. The crossover tonight will be revealed on The Talking Dead. I'm going with it being Abraham. Maybe it's Morgan. Maybe it's that. We'll see how it goes down. But the Walking Dead character is going to Fear the Walking Dead, is what someone spilled the beans. So we'll see how it goes down for it. I'm going to watch. Hopefully you're going to watch. If not, we will be having videos tonight. We'll do a review of episode 806. We'll talk about who was revealed for the character reveal of the crossover. And then we'll have a preview breakdown of the trailer for episode 807, as we always do. And then when more stuff comes out, we'll have more and more and more videos. So thank you guys. Thank you, Nick, Ashley, Toro, Emily, MLG, Sprite, Zach, Benoit, Coolboy, Walking Dead Breakdown, MLG, Vincent, everybody for joining me, and all the rest of you guys. So I have to stop for today to get my laundry done and get everything set for today, watch a little football, get some dinner together, and start decorating the tree. We got the tree up, but we have to put more decorations and all that good stuff. So I'm excited for the breakdown, the episode, all that good stuff. You guys are awesome. Definitely, if you can, check out my book series. Here again is the latest book, Book 4, Conquered. I'm excited for it. Available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Kindle versions, the links are in the description to this video and every video that we do. We got the book series. I got the Walking Dead Mystery Boxes, $37.50 per box. Free shipping, includes everything coming straight to you. They'll be available starting next week. We'll be shipping them out. Continental US, I can only do right now, guys. So mystery boxes, book series, good stuff. PT channel, Walking Dead community, all that good stuff. And as always, thank you for watching me, guys. You guys are awesome. Enjoy tonight's episode, the crossover connection, Talking Dead, all that good stuff. And I'm gotta have a good Sunday, and I'll talk to you later.